What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Kreative. Go ahead, say it with me. We are back at it again to do what? To create something great. Now, I'm not going to hold you. I wanted to make a quick little video so I can go over the performance of our GotBrains bot, the bot that I made with y'all yesterday, being March 16th, whenever you're watching this video. And I wanted to talk about the bugs that I found in the bot, how did I fix it, and also being able to take a live look at how do we perform with our other bots, maybe even take a look at the market, and also being able to understand why the bot didn't place any trades. So if you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button. So like I said before, with our GotBrains bot, what the bot does is its main aim, for those that don't know, let me just go ahead and pick up a quick reference guide, right? So what the bot is looking for is, in order to trade, we trade calls and options, right? And this calls and options are going to be 0 DTE contracts, and these are option contracts that expire the same day. So this is going to be a mean reversion strategy, meaning that the bot is looking for the price to go back to its average. So for call setup, what we're looking for is we're looking for 2 red candles in a row, and then 2 or 3 red candles. And then once we have it, that next candle, that fourth candle, has to be a flip, right? So it's going to be a green candle. We're also looking for volume, making sure that the move isn't exhausted, and it's also within the VWAP, right? And we're only taking A and B grade trades, and the same thing for put, just the inverse, right? So what I noticed today when I was running the bot, that there was a few errors. One of the first errors was the premature stop losses. That's what that SL stand for. So what it meant is that whenever the bot was using the stop loss, it would just exit on the first tick below the stop loss. So what we added was a breach system, meaning that we're going to need for the stop loss, or for the price to go against us on 2 consecutive bars. As long as it's going against us on 2 consecutive bars with 2 consecutive ticks, right, 2 minutes, then that's when we're going to exit out the position. And then we also had a stale entry quote, meaning that when the bot was trying to get in a position for an option contract, it was the quotes that it was getting, or the price that it was getting, wasn't the correct one, right? So what we implemented was being able to make sure that it's getting fresh quotes whenever it's entering into a position. And we also had a couple of provider errors. Schwab was giving us 429 errors and also 403 errors. So what we did is added a reserve request before Schwab, and also cleared the token cache that was causing the errors. And one of the biggest things that we seen was VWAP was showing 0.0%, right? So what we did is move the calculation to the calculate indicators. And we also added a couple of enhancements, right? So those enhancements is making sure that we can see a little bit more things when the bot is scanning. We can see the price, the percentage change, the volume ratio, consecutive count, VWAP proximity. All this is going to make sense because I'm going to show you the bot live so you can actually see it, because it's running right now. A couple of config file changes that we did. What we did is added that breach system, like I told you before, that 2 consecutive ticks below, or 2 consecutive checks below, that's when we're going to stop loss, not on the first one. And then we also changed the VIX. Whenever the VIX wasn't populating, and VIX is our fear index, allows us to be able to gauge if the market is expecting a big move or a dump right now, right? So instead of it being at 10 seconds whenever it failed, we dropped it to 3 seconds. And here was the files that were modified. So real quick, the bot is running right now, right? So currently, but again, I just want to give a little caveat that this bot is meant to run in the morning, not in the afternoon. I don't know, whenever you're watching this, it's 2:14 Eastern, and the market closed in another, like, just under 90 minutes, right? Just under about 2 hours. The market closes at 4 p.m. Eastern. And right now you're looking at GotBrains Bot, and what it's seeing right now is that, yes, there's 3 consecutive, right? But there's a couple of things that is blocking the signal, whether it's that VWAP, it's not in the right zone, right? Or the price is over a little bit too extended. And I also want us to be able to take a look at the market right now. So the market is open. So again, in order for this bot to trade, right, it's 2 consecutive or 3 consecutive maximum in the right signal. So right now we're seeing a massive sell-off, even though the bulls are trying to push back up the price. You see this volume, but the bears right now have a firm grip of the market, and we're seeing a sell-off. Like, I'm not going to hold you, it's been a sell-off all day, right? And it says the afternoon, we had a bit of a sell-off right here. Here's another sell-off, right? Even though we opened, gapped up, I thought it was going to be a bull run, but there was a couple of sell-offs throughout the entire day that just preceded the market for the bears to be able to have quit control of this. And even though it's flipping right now, so that's why our bot wasn't able to find a signal, right? Because it's 3 consecutive. So it should have found this, but what it's saying right now is like, all right, this move was a little bit too overextended, so that's why it had to wait and it didn't find anything. So one more thing I also want to go over is the session context, right? Now I know I talked about it a bit, but like, let's actually go over it, because I do have another file that's just going to walk through it. So today in the market, we had a range, and this bot trades SPY. SPY is the S&P 500, the top 500 companies within the New York Stock Exchange. So within the market, our SPY today, its range was from 670 to about 674. So we have a ranging market, an oscillating market. The VIX was 2242. So that is high for me, right? The highest we've seen was 23. So it is coming off its high, but still it is a bit elevated for me. So when the bot was trading, even though it didn't have any sessions because there was no color flip, there was insufficient consecutive, and there's also the volume was weak, and then ATR was exhausted, right? So these are just some of the main things that caused the bot to not take any trades today. Now there was, I'm not going to hold you, let's just go take a look at our bots, our entire fleet. So for the month, and it is March, there's been 11 trading days. We had 366 trades, and we're up right now 2,900. Our best day was 2,900. Worst day was 100. We're down $122. Average is about 252. So let's just go ahead and look at today. Today, again, the market has just been kind of oscillating, right? We had VIX averages about 2244. So there's some bots that don't trade this. There's other bots that do, but on average about 2244. It was a bit of a losing day. We're down. Win rate is at 38%, less than the 50. We took 22 trades, and out of those 22, we won 14. So let's see who won the trades. We had AV Baby. AV Baby is our SPY momentum bot. It took 7 trades at 57% and was able to make $21. Then we have VWAP. VWAP is batting 1,000. It's been like that for a couple now. It was able to make $7 today. And GotBrains, this was just a couple of test trades that I made, and I was able to catch a couple of like a good move with the market, right? So I was able to make just under $6 here and just under $1 there. Star Baby, I took 2 trades. One was a loss, but another one was a win, so that's not that bad. Then we have ADX Baby. I took 3 trades. 2 of them were a win. Then we have that loss that piled here. Let's go look at some of the losers, right? Because I want to show you both sides of it. Penny for You is our SPY breakout bot. It took 3 trades. One was a winner, so I thought, all right, bet you're doing the right thing. But then it started chasing the market, right? And once we start chasing the market, it just didn't pan out well. So let's just go look at one more before we wrap up this video, which is our gap. This is our QQQ. QQQ is the top 100 tech companies within the New York Stock Exchange, and this bot trades the gap, right? So remember I showed you that there was a gap earlier today. Let me quickly go to QQQ so I can show you that. All right, bet. Here's QQQ. That's not the right QQQ. Let me get the right QQQ. Yes, leave. Thank you. Thank you for your cooperation. So you see this gap? So our bot trades this gap, right? So what a gap is that the price moved up so large that there's no trading in between. And a gap reversion bot, right? What it's trying to do is trade that it's going to go back and fill in between, right? And that's kind of what happened today for QQQ. It wasn't that much of a sell-off. We have, no, never mind. Yeah, sell-off territory, sell-off, sell-off, sell-off. We have a couple of rallies here, but I'm seeing more sell-offs, and it's even pulling up there, right? So this bot with Gappy being, it trades gaps. So it did take a couple of trades today, and all of them, it just didn't work out for us. So what I'm going to be doing a little bit more is just being able to do a lot more of these reviews so you can see how an actual algo bot trades. So with GotBrains, you've seen the development. This was the first day of it trading. Tomorrow's going to be trading again. So I look forward to see how that's going to work. If you want more videos like this, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. It is your boy Kreative. I'll be back at it again with another episode.